Welcome back to Toys on Tap. This week, incredible week. Zander Miner Toys comes on. He's newer to the toy scene, but man, is he making an impact. He already has his style nailed down, and it's impressive to see. His figures sell out. We've gotten a table next to him a couple times, and his figures sell out. They're so good. Everything about it is just incredible. And he has his own character designs that he's done with Orion. Oh man, do I love those figures. If you want more Toys on Tap, you can follow us on all socials at Toys on Tap. You can join the newsletter. You can see all kinds of stuff of what we've got going on with Toys on Tap, all through the Instagram bio, through our LinkedIn. You can see everything. If you want to support the show in a free way, you can go on, leave a review. 5 stars, please. Rate, review wherever you get podcasts. It helps other people hear us, which means we get more ears, we can do more stuff, and the audience is bigger. We have so much coming, and we're so excited. We finished CollectiCon. The interviews have been going up, and they have been so good, and we've loved doing every second of this. Now let's get to this week's episode of Toys on Tap. I've seen you at 2 shows now. We tabled next to each other for one of them.
Yes.
And then I saw you at CollectiCon. And those were your first 2 shows, correct?
Yes, they were. They were.
So we're finding you as you're just beginning this journey, and not like, there is a tendency where people begin the journey and their toys are like, they're just, you can tell they just started and they're just getting it going. Your toys are so good.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
And you can't tell that you're just like starting at all, which is so cool. I remember I met you in line at the first Indie Toy Con, and it was just the off chance that you were talking about toys that I was like introduced myself, but it's rad. And then you got your figures into Indie Toy.
Correct. I was actually, the day that we started talking is the day I was like pitching to Indie. I was showing off my like finished production version of Orion, which I have him on my desk actually.
Heck yeah.
This little guy.
Dude, he's so fun.
Thank you.
He's modeled after a frog, right?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pumped. So we have a lot to talk about because this is the rare opportunity that like I've been there for every step so far, which is cool.
Yeah. Like insider secrets over here.
Yeah. So as we get started with every episode, please introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, what you do.
Okay. My name is Zander Miner, or Zander Miner Toys. I am an up and coming toy designer. I guess at this point now, I've been doing this for almost a year, and I'm so pumped to see where it goes and where it takes me.
Just rocking the house. It's not like you're not you are a toy designer. Your toys they're there. You're not up and coming. You've arrived. Let's pause right here because I need to tell you the wait is almost over. We've got notification from the factory that the KMB, the last of the KMB, the cartoon colorway, has shipped and will be coming to my house, my place of residence, stacked behind me, in about 20 days, and then we can ship out. This pre-order was the final retirement of this figure. I cannot tell you how amazing it was working with SNZ Toys and the support that we got from the community. So stay up. We will have a small amount, still within the edition size of only 200, a small amount at Pasadena Designer Con, and both SNZ and myself will have a couple extra on top of that. So if you didn't get one, you still have a chance. But outside of that, if you haven't gotten a KMB over all of the variants that we've done, I'm so sorry. But it's an incredible piece, and I hope that you can get one on the secondary market, or you're lucky enough to get it from us. Thank you again for all the support. It matters more than you could ever know to fund art careers and to collect amazing pieces from amazing artists. So thank you. Let's get back to the episode. You're younger than most of the toy makers that are in the scene right now.
Yeah.
So take me back. Cartoons you're watching, toys you're playing with, all that kind of stuff.
Okay. So I'll start it off with this. You could go back to like my kindergarten yearbooks all the way up until my high school yearbooks. And all I ever wrote on like, what do you want to do as a profession, was either like animator, cartoonist, illustrator, anything that was along the lines of something to do with art. So this has been like a whole passion for me for like forever.
Yeah.
Um, I was big on anything on Cartoon Network. I would always wake up early and just watch a whole bunch of Cartoon Network, wake up at like 6 a.m., grab a bowl of cereal, Cartoon Network, Boomerang, whenever that was still a thing. Um, love Gravity Falls growing up. Any of like the like Teen Titans, the classic one, not Teen Titans Go. I was big on Legos. I mean, I still am. I love Legos. I'm getting more into like doing the Technic cars now.
Yeah.
I was telling some friends about it, and I want to try and build up my Lego Technic car collection as like my dream cars for the cars that I eventually want to get.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have the Porsche, the Bugatti. I just finished the McLaren. So yeah.
I have to be honest with you, being a toy maker might not get you to a Bugatti, but maybe.
One can dream.
One can dream.
That's why I have the Lego version of it. So
Yeah. So we are rocking with it. You are growing up in, like, how old are you?
23.
Okay. So you are 12 years younger than me. So you're in a whole nother era, which you're growing up with like Adventure Time and those types of things, which is such a fun era. What does that do with the toys? Like, did you play with a lot of action figures growing up? Because it's different than the 90s when that's just all we had. So it kind of changes. You got Lego and those types of things. Did we dabble in like old school action figures too that were passed down?
Not as much.
Okay.
I think I got into like Funko figures, like really big. I mean, I have like a whole wall right next to me that's just covered in Funkos.
Yeah.
And I guess the shows that were more of an influence on me than the actual toys, because toys is more of a recent kind of endeavor that I've jumped upon. I was always wanting to be like illustrator, cartoonist, something like that. Like I said earlier. And so the shows that I was watching, like Gravity Falls, Adventure Time, all of those, they were very stylized, they're very playful. They're not like...
Let's pause right here. Before we do anything else, I need to tell you about the Yerman soft vinyl 6-inch figure coming from the collaboration of Toys on Tap and Depressed Monsters. Ryan, he created Yerman out of this dark period of his life, and Yerman is an amazing piece. We soft launched that we would make a soft vinyl figure, and it just grew out of that. And not only is there an OG colorway, but there are 2 variants coming with a stretch goal that we're really excited for. So please stay updated. If you want to follow along or support the Kickstarter, because we would love that, go to our bios, both Depressed Monsters and mine. Notify for launch. It's amazing. We cannot wait to bring this figure to life. We are going to do it. Regardless of what that looks like, we're going to make this happen. We are so excited. This figure has purpose. And I think I've said this before to people, toys matter. And right now, doing this pre-launch for a toy like this is an explanation of why we believe that toys matter. So go follow the pre-launch page. We're going to launch the Kickstarter. Toys on Tap has done a couple Kickstarters before this. We have always tried our best to ship on time, and we have for the last 2. We have funded well. We've been in constant communication. And so please join us in the next Kickstarter for an artist that we deeply treasure, Ryan Brunty, coming from Depressed Monsters. Now let's get back to the show.
Too gritty or anything like that. They're just fun and really interesting and fun to look at, and just everyone has a good time. So I guess that is where most of my like influence from like my childhood has gone into my characters or my toys or the animals, all that stuff. So yeah.
I will say what is interesting about all those shows is they're not like, I don't know how to say that. Like, let's take is Rigby in the normal show? Is that what it's called?
Regular show.
Regular show. Regular
Yeah.
show.
Hmm.
It's not super well done. Like
No, it's so
weird shapes,
yeah,
weird like
so janky. Like
yeah,
I've seen videos online of like the storyboards for it. They were all
yeah.
done on Post-it notes or something. It's like it's crazy, and
Would
it's
and
a good show.
somehow people were like, that's the show, that's the one, or
Hmm.
like Adventure Time's weird because like the arms and stuff don't match,
Hmm.
and you have all these weird talking things, and then you have shows that almost look badly drawn, I
Hmm.
guess is the way to describe it. There's one called man, what is it's like Flapjack,
Oh
and
my gosh, yeah.
it's like badly
Jack,
drawn, but I'm
Chowder,
really
all that.
enticed.
Uh-huh.
And so I think that's the animation style that I was always so drawn to, like towards the
Hmm.
later part of childhood where it was like, God, this is cool, but I feel like I could do this.
Hmm.
I can't.
Hmm.
I can't, by the way. And like in case anyone wonders, I can't do it. Um so that's watching those and like having this desire to be an animator and stuff.
Hmm.
Where does that come from? Also, as a kid, how do you even know that animator exists as a profession?
I honestly don't know really where it came from because there's not really a lot of like artists in my family.
Right.
Like my dad, he's a very like technical computer heavy guy. He didn't really do anything related to art. I guess the closest thing would be like my mom, who was a hairstylist,
Okay.
or my aunt who went to school for graphic design. Um, but like not a lot of influence in terms of like my family as a career path for like being an artist.
Mm.
But I think just there's a lot of support. There was big support. Like they were never like, oh my gosh, this is just like a fever dream for you. Like, no, you're actually wanting to pursue this and have this as like a career. And yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
that's a everyone wants to be like some kind of crazy job, but to be the desire to be an animator
Mhm.
where most kids don't even know that word, that's a solid choice. So you start doing all that, art kind of then takes over for you. Tell
Mhm.
me about doing art going through. Are you the kid that like instead of being outside, we're drawing all the time, we're crafting and figuring that stuff out, or are you trying to just figure it out as you go?
It was kind of for a while. I was just until maybe college or like even high school, I was self-taught, I guess
Mhm.
you could say. Like I'm just like messing around in sketchbooks and just doodling little monsters or little creatures, characters, whatnot, all that stuff. And then until like high school comes around, that's whenever I start actually getting like actual like art classes where
Yeah.
it's perspective, figure drawing, all like the basics. Um, and then it kind of just bubbled into talking with my teachers, and they're like, yes, you can actually go to school for this, like go to college and actually study all of this and figure whatever else you want to do. Um, but no, I seemed like a pretty normal kid. Like I would go outside, I would play tag, and then I'd come back, I'd get my little like college ruled notebook and just sketch in that. And yeah, it was a blast. It was more of like this is a fun thing for me to do, and I needed somewhere to put my imagination instead of just keeping it all in my head. I wanted to put it on some paper. So
Yeah. There's
yeah.
something about a kid using like a college ruled notebook and just sketching in it
Yeah.
that I mean, as like a side quest from this conversation, so much of an artist is like, oh, I need to have the right tools. I need to have the
Mhm.
right things to do the job. But sometimes it's okay just to have a pencil and a like a notebook and
Yeah.
just like you don't have to have this certain type of paper or pencil. You can just sketch however you want.
Mhm.
And I think that's like you starting out that way speaks to the artist journey.
Mhm. Yeah, it was a whole bunch of crayons and markers for me at
Yeah.
the beginning, and I mean now it's mostly digital stuff that I do. But whenever it's like traditional stuff, I use a pen and that's it, just a ballpoint pen or a black like felt marker. It's very simple. And for the longest time, it was always like I didn't like painting, like doing acrylics or oils. It was colored pencils and markers.
Yeah.
So like still sticking to the basics, but it was so fulfilling and so fun to do it. So it was
God.
worth it. Yeah.
Yeah. Going through school, then that means you're like full blown art in school whenever they offer it,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm. Yeah. So I went to, so for, I didn't go to like I just went to a regular high school. It was
Yeah.
just your regular average high school. They offered some art classes and I took those. But then my senior year, that's whenever like you're applying to schools, all that stuff. And my art teacher at the time was like, you should apply to RISD. And I was like, no way I'm getting into RISD because I
Mm.
had no idea what it was at first. But then I looked it up and they're like, we're the best art school in the nation or in the world or whatever. So I was like, sure, I'll chuck my application at it and see what happens. And I got into RISD, so I was like, okay, screw all my other applications, I'm going there. And I applied for illustration. It was kind of a up and down on what I wanted to do. I jumped across a lot of different avenues. First, I started out, I wanted to just do environment design for concept art.
Yeah.
Then it transitioned into all like general concept art, then character design. And then character design turned into like wanting to do dioramas. And then the dioramas turned into learning how to do mold making and sculpting and all that to then toy design at my like literally the last semester of my senior year is whenever the toy design um, interest came into play. So yeah,
Dude, to wait until the end to do toy design is so crazy.
yeah,
So you have a legit art degree,
hmm
which is insane.
hmm
So many of us don't have that, and that's
yeah,
incredible that you do.
hmm
Um, Jumping between all those things, did that change your degree each time, or did you just have an
no.
overarching like art degree?
I mean, so illustration,
Mm-hmm.
you can cover a whole lot with illustration. It
Okay.
wasn't like you have illustration as the broad, and then you can kind of take classes or focus on a specific outlet or avenue, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's what I was doing. So yeah, like my last semester, like I was saying, it was all toy design. I had like independent study with one of my professors. We had a portfolio class to like build up portfolio stuff. It was all just toys and sculpting and making stuff and all of that. Like I started out with just hand sculpting everything. So it was all out of Sculpey and um like here's one of the original sculpted models.
Yeah. Out of
So
just
this is
like
all
monster clay or Sculpey.
it's all Sculpey.
Yeah.
Um yeah. And then I casted him out of resin. Made a whole I did the whole process of like making molds and doing the silicone molds, all that stuff. So yeah.
Dude, I would have killed for a school like that. I didn't even know I wanted to do toys
hmm
or anything when I was in school.
hmm
But
I mean,
holy
same. It
jeez.
took me 4 years to figure that out.
Yeah, holy jeez.
Yeah.
So you graduate and you've got this toy bug then,
Mhm.
which to so tell me about the main character Orion
Orion.
because
So
you started that in
yes.
college.
Yes.
So this is like a long
Mhm.
like character arc that we're in
It
right
is.
now.
It is. So I originally started Orion off as a character part of my graphic novel I started, or I've
Hmm.
been trying to start since junior year. Um, and he wasn't necessarily the main character at first. I had a different character. His name was Cal, but I didn't really feel as connected to him as much. And I focused more on Orion, and then the toy stuff kind of took a hold of me, and the graphic novel has been put on the back burner for a little bit. But Orion, he's just like, he's a little warrior guy. He just goes around and he tries to fight and claims to be the best in the land. His like world is called the Conquered Land. And so he goes around, he does missions, tasks, little kind of side quests here and there. And he's like, he builds up this status of him being the best fighter ever. And so then one day comes along this big bad. His name's Corvus. He just wants to rule everything and have basically like a dictatorship. And all the townspeople are like, Orion, you should go fight him. Go fight him. You could beat him, save the lands. And so he sets off trying to fight him, and they meet head to head, and Orion just gets absolutely just stomped on, just completely walked over.
Yeah.
And so then it comes out, I'll skip ahead a little bit. It comes out that all of Orion's battles that he has won were all won because of a coincidence. So like if he was fighting like a big spider or something, he tried to throw some rocks at it or something, and it got crushed by a boulder that was just about to fall off, and he claimed it as a win for himself.
Yeah.
So he never actually truly had the victories under his belt. He just wanted the fame that came along with it. So then he goes, after getting defeated, he has this whole like character arc of like trying to actually do the training and the work that requires to become a fighter. And then he has that whole like Rocky montage of like getting better. And then he goes up against the big bad, and then he wins, and then that's the story.
Yeah. I mean, that's such a fun thing. Like to think you're this cool person, and then none of it was real. Holy moly. So you sculpted this and made this whole character, all the design, all of the story, everything before leaving college.
Yes.
Then exiting college, you picked up digital sculpting, correct?
Correct. On Nomad.
Okay. And which I've just started. It's not as intuitive as everyone has said.
Really?
Like it might be. Maybe I just don't have a mind for sculpting. I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm working on it.
I don't know. I feel like coming from learning how to use like Blender or ZBrush and then jumping into using Nomad, it's very like straightforward and very clean, streamlined, all that stuff.
I'm starting at zero.
Okay,
like no ZBrush, nothing. And it's like, it gives you that ball on the screen.
Yep.
And I don't know. It's like, have fun.
You should watch. I'm going to do a little plug for Drug Free Dave. He has some really, really good tutorials. That's how I learned how to do Nomad in basically a month. And so look at his tutorials. They're really good.
Rad. Okay. I will do that. Drug Free Dave.
Yeah.
Great. So you do this, you get out, and then you start sculpting and 3D resin printing Orion. And this is at some point, that's probably about a year before I meet you in line, or is that way less than a year?
No, that's like, when was the first IndieCon?
September 2025.
September 2025. No, that would be like right around when I started 3D printing. Because I reached out to Indie Toy first off just to ask if they were hiring to have like a sales associate, because they were a toy store. And I was like, oh, I'm trying to like get into doing toys.
Yeah.
And I sent them my resume, my website, all that. And they got back to me and they were like, we're not hiring, but we really like Orion if he was a toy. And I was like, he is a toy. So I brought in the hand sculpted version and the resin casted one, and I showed them. And then they were like, can you make a production version? So I was like, that was maybe in like June, July, maybe, whenever I met with them first. And they were like, start a production. If you have like a production ready model that's like 3D printed, all that stuff, we will sell it for you, yada yada. And then we jump forward to September. That's whenever I got all the 10 units done and 3D printed all of it, all hand painted as well. So it's like,
Dude.
it's a lot, but it's so fun. It's such a fulfilling, like, not a hobby anymore, but like such a fulfilling job. I love it.
Yeah, you did the thing that is genius to do. Not only were you delivering to them, but then when we were standing in line, I asked if I could see it, and you pulled out one that was done.
Mhm.
And I fail at that all the time, where people are like, "Can I see it?" And I just pull up pictures on my phone. I'm like, "Yeah,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
it's different." I got to
Mhm.
hold Orion early on, and it was a
Mhm.
cool piece. And this looks like it informs your style, because this then fast forward a little bit more to when we're both tabling at Indie ToyCon in February,
Mhm.
and your booth is not full of Orion. It's
Mhm.
full of like all these different animals, and they're like in a specific style, and they all are hand painted and sculpted and printed and all that stuff. Tell me
Mhm.
about this style that you have that fits. It's a cuter market that doesn't, like, it fits a different demographic than what I normally sell to, but it's
Mhm.
such a good design way, and it's so good. So tell me about it.
Yeah, definitely. So the whole style of all of my toys, I guess, harken back to my character designs and
Hmm.
how I work with that. I'm a very simple, just line and color guy. Don't really do a lot of painting or anything like that. It's all just simple silhouettes, and if there's a strong silhouette, then I'll go with that. And it it was very easy to translate the character designs, like the drawings, into the model itself. And then I liked it. I made the little, I don't know if you saw it, but I had the little toucan. That was
Hmm.
the very first one that kind of jump started the style guide, and it went from there. Like the big eyes and the more like blobby, um, like cartoony kind of shapes. Again, kind of back to that like Adventure Time or
Yeah.
Gravity Falls esque, more like soft shapes, I guess, but strong silhouette, so you can like understand what you're looking at from a distance. And then, yeah.
It's 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 amazing to see it. Because it, like, I like the big eyes, and there's something that's just, there's emotion that's shown in it, and I don't know how. Like, you look at it and you feel something, which those are the types of toys that matter a lot. And then you have these, like, the crabs, and my favorite one is that beast that Orion rides on. Yeah, that's him. Tell me about this character, because we don't have a large scale one yet.
Yep.
But Orion rides on that bad boy, and it
Uh-huh.
has the vibes of a dewback, but definitely a different style in general.
Mhm.
Tell me about this character.
So his name is Bleb. He is the grateful steed of Orion. So his species is called a snapgullet. They're just like a wild, like pack animal, kind of like a dog. So he's a mixture of a dog, a pangolin, and um, one other thing, probably like an armadillo, something like that. But the main two were a pangolin and a dog. Um, and he was like kind of the oddball of his herd or of his pack, and Orion came across his pack one day, and he was trying to fend off the rest of them, and Orion gets rid of all the others, and Bleb stays behind, and that's where their journey begins. Just two weird little dudes just
Yeah.
hang together.
And it's such a fun thing, because on the back of Bleb, there's like a little pack, and there's a
Mhm.
saddle and all that stuff. And then watching, it's like you learn a lot at shows from watching other people,
Mhm.
and which I hope that every artist does that. And so seeing you, like, your presence in selling the toys, and then everyone walking up and loving these like cute designs is so crazy to watch, that people are just like sold
Mm-hmm.
on you as a maker, which is insane. I love that.
I know it was.
Um, and then you not only did that, and then we tabled together at Collected Con, which was
Mm-hmm.
cool. That was just this past month.
Mm-hmm.
Right? April?
Yeah.
April.
Yeah, it was end of April. Yeah. Like
And another cool thing, like, tell me about what it's been like. I mean, you're starting this toy dynamic. I met you in line and you had just started sculpting, and now we're at shows, and I think I met your
Mhm.
mom at Indie Toy, right?
Yes, I think you did.
Okay. I couldn't remember who was tabling there. But you moved from sculpting and starting out in toys to tabling so fast at these shows. Tell me about
Mhm.
that progression and how quickly you're moving.
I mean, it was kind of crazy to me about going from not tabling or ever having any like experience tabling, anything like that, to then actually like tabling at indie.
Mhm.
Because whenever I was at school, like end of the year, all my teachers are like, "What's kind of like your goal?" And my main goal was a year post grad, try and get into a toy store.
Mhm.
So like right around this time, I would have been trying to get one of my toys into a store. Um, but I've done that already. I have tabled at 2 events. And it was such a fulfilling experience. Like I've gone to them as a consumer and someone on the other side of the table, and being that type of person to ask questions to all the vendors there, like, how'd you get started? What was your journey to be where you are at, so I can kind of learn from it as well.
Yeah.
Um, and to be on the other side of that and actually experience what it's like for others to come up to you and ask about what's happening. Like, how did you get to where you are? Um, just, you just got to put your head down and grind. That's pretty much all I was doing.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, you just gotta, but you also have to find the the happiness and the joy in what you do, because there was one of my teachers told me that if you find kind of the joy in your own work and you put all that joy and happiness into it, other people will be able to reciprocate and feel that joy, and then that kind of just builds on everything.
Yeah.
So that's kind of been like my motto this past year. Just make stuff that I want to make, and I know that people will follow.
Honestly, it's the best way to do art. So
Mm-hmm.
many of us, myself included, we've either gotten caught or currently caught in the like, I want to make something that sells.
Mm-hmm.
And what's funny is it's like the unlikely hero that sells sometimes. So I've made
Mm-hmm.
things that I thought would sell out immediately, and I sat on them, and
Mm-hmm.
I made the kaiju claw because I wanted to, and it sells really well. And I like,
Yeah.
it's like, just do what you want to do. That's where
Mm-hmm.
it comes from.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane that you did that, and you're already tabling, beating those goals. Uh,
Yeah.
and then this year is kind of set up then for you to continue on doing this. Are you doing more shows this year?
I am.
Okay.
Depending on whenever this is going to be uploaded.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
This is on
I don't.
Monday.
Okay, so I cannot fully say what event I am doing next until the 27th of May. So I will post about that on my Instagram on the 27th, and that'll be my next announcement. Yeah,
Cool.
that's all I can say. I
That's
can't say
exciting.
anymore.
Yeah, I think
I,
that
I
like,
wish I could, but they made a very strict ruling on
yeah,
that. Yeah.
which, this is funny. If you've been in the toy community, you can like, we can figure it out based on like who's hosting, who else is in it. So that's fun
Yeah.
that you're in it.
Huh.
Yeah, it's so crazy. So you have all these characters, and then I just saw, was it a crab with like, what's on his, like, mountains on his back?
So that was the two shows at IndieCon and at CollectedCon.
Yeah,
I've been running a little giveaway
cool.
um,
Which is so
for
smart, by the way.
just like getting people everyone's information.
Mhm.
So like their social media, all that stuff, emails, all that. And I've also been asking animal suggestions as well. So like their favorite animals and having them write it down. And I've just been running the giveaway of one of ones of Carl the crab. So he's like my little crab guy. I don't have any physical models to show because they all sold. Um, so yeah, they're all just one-offs. The first one at Indie was
Mhm.
a specific job. It was a blue and red variation. Because I was trying to figure out between the blue and red one or just the red crab colorway that I had. But I couldn't decide. So I wanted to do one of them as like either I go full on just every single one is the blue ones or full on every single one is the red ones. But I really like the blue one. So I was like, let me just make one of them as the blue one and then that'll be my giveaway. And then yeah. And then with Collected Con, the giveaway crab was actually, he was a failed print. Funnily enough, but like it failed in the right way
Yeah.
where it basically he detached from the supports on the print. So he kind of just got like a flat top on his head. They didn't
Mhm.
print like actual like the rest of the shell details. So I was like, let's make this into a decorator crab version. So that's all on top of it is green stuff, which is like an epoxy putty that a lot of like miniature artists use for like Warhammer stuff like that. Yeah.
Dude, it's such a smart idea to do that. We did at DesignerCon last year. If you pay, it was, God,
Mhm.
I don't remember how much it was. It was like $5 a ticket.
Mhm.
But whatever you bought from my table, you got like that many raffle tickets. And
Mhm.
so people were like, yeah, like just looking for anything to buy because you could win one of the things that we had produced, which I was really
Mhm.
excited to do. So that's really smart, which I mean, I hope you're starting a newsletter with that stuff.
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
great.
Mhm.
And that's the, like, dude, chef's kiss on that. Holy jeez. Um, are you doing
Mhm.
another one at this upcoming show?
I am going to
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna try and do at least two
Cool.
giveaway pieces this time. We'll see what kind of crab variation I can think up this time.
Dude,
But I'm
can I
excited
pitch
for
an
it.
idea?
Go for it.
Put a
I'm all
city on his
ears.
back,
Put a
like
city.
skyscrapers.
Ooh, that's
That
really cool.
seems so fun. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about that. Good
No,
luck
I love
making that look cute. I don't know. uh,
it.
it is so crazy. So you've gotten this style down. You have your own IP and your own characters as well in your
Mhm.
tabling. I mean, the question is like, what's next for Zander Miner Toys?
Um, I don't know. Honestly, I'm trying to still figure that out myself. Because again, I'm still relatively new
Yeah,
to the space. So just trying to meet as many people, build up the connections. Love that buzzword, connections.
yeah.
Um, and just see where it takes me, I guess. If any opportunities kind of bud from this, I'm excited about this next convention that I'm going to be doing. Is a Hopefully a lot of things will come of it. I'm going to be at DCon as a customer this time.
Pasadena?
Um, yeah, in
Great.
Pasadena. So I'll be wandering around there. I'll be shopping off, not shopping, but like displaying him off.
Yeah.
Just showing him around, talking to a bunch of people, and just kind of seeing where all of this goes. Because I'm not really sure.
That's
Yeah.
dude, the toy scene is so much fun. If like,
Mhm.
of course, I'm very into the idea of like it's a business, right? Like
Mhm.
it can be a hobby, but it's very much a business.
Mhm.
And I think if you can take that and then pair it with like we're just seeing where this goes. We're just having fun. So
Mhm.
much goodness comes out of that.
I
And I
know
think
it's
that's
been
people
amazing.
sometimes forget that.
Mhm.
Dude, that's
Mhm. I
it's so
agree.
sick.
I agree. Like the amount of people that I've just met from going to these
Yeah.
and being a vendor now, um, oh, it's amazing. Like coming from an illustration background, to then going into the toy space, the animation illustration, I feel like people are a little more gatekeepy,
Hmm.
I guess, on what information they tell you or like little tips and tricks, stuff like that. But now being a part of like the toy scene, oh my gosh, everyone is so nice and just supportive, and they're just so willing to just talk about anything.
Yeah.
Like what program do you use? I use Nomad, I use Blender, all that stuff. What paints do you use? What airbrushes do you use? Um, Shout out Chris Lee for helping me
Yeah.
figure out airbrush stuff, all of that, because he sent me a whole like email of just this is the type of airbrush to use, this is the cleaning supplies, all of that. And just everyone is so supportive and just genuinely wanting to help each other grow.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Dude,
I love it.
I will tell you that seems newer.
Hmm.
I've only been doing it for like 5 years. We hit our 5 year this year.
Congrats.
And in the 5 years, even in that short amount of time, it seems like things have loosened up a lot because there's no reason for us to hold back anything
Hmm.
anymore. I
Hmm.
will say that the only time I try to hold people back is if it's like they're about to invest $15,000 and they haven't
Oh,
done like the other steps. And it's like,
yeah.
oh, let's slow down before we lose all
Hmm.
that money and can't get it back.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, dude, it is a cool scene in which I will tell you that my favorite things that come out of these are like the dinners or the hangouts that happen around these shows, or
Hmm.
like one of my favorite people, Neil Ewing. I don't know if you met him at
Hmm.
Collected Con.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, but for the last, it was there and at Designer Con, the last
Hmm.
two shows that we've both tabled at, like we've gotten to have breakfast together,
Oh, that's
which,
awesome.
yeah, I love that kind of stuff. And then going out to dinner with a bunch of creators at
Hmm.
Indie Toy was great.
Hmm.
And you sit around a table and like there's this idea that like, oh, you just sit and talk shop. We don't talk about toys at all. We just talk about anything. It doesn't matter. It's really cool.
Hmm.
So that's what's really cool about the toy scene in general and like the relationship. So that's amazing to keep building that. But I think you're
Hmm.
crushing it, dude. Like
Thank you
to
so
already
much.
be in this and tabling and selling and having like pretty dang close, if not already having your style done and like
Mhm.
down, like you're crushing it. If no one has told you, you're nailing it.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Of course, of course. I'm pumped too because we've talked. I have a soft spot for like the creatures from Star Wars, and
Mhm.
one of them is the dewback, and so I have some from Garden State Kaiju. He made his version, and I have the
Mhm.
old school figures. And Bleb looks like a dewback to me, and there's something that's
Huh.
so fun and cute about him. And I want to turn him into a giant soft vinyl figure. And I like we've kind of talked about it, and
Mhm.
I don't know when our schedules are going to align to make that happen, but it's always in the back of my head, just so we're clear. Like it's
Mhm.
yeah, like it's
I'm
happening.
very down for it. I would
Yeah,
love to see him as a little vinyl figure.
dude.
Add to my pop collection.
I think there's a way to do it in the size you have it too, which
Uh-huh.
I've been thinking through that because I've wanted to make a small one, and maybe that's the one to make small, which is really
I
fun.
think at Collecticon you were saying instead of doing like the 10-inch one that we said at Indie, do a 6-inch one.
Yeah,
I feel like him at 6 inches would be like it's a good size.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I also like I'm looking over right here on my shelf, and
Mhm.
Neil, he's done like 2-inch ones. I don't know how he does it. We're not doing a 2-inch bleb. That's not happening, but that's wild. Um, with all that stuff coming up, you have a full schedule.
Mhm.
What does this look like having this art degree? Are you now working in the industry outside of this, doing illustrator work for other companies and stuff?
I'm trying to.
Okay.
Job market is kind of
A bummer.
brutal right now.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. But I do like freelance here and there, like a little bit of logo design. Because I also do all my packaging and uh like header cards. All of that is all my my own stuff. Like I
Hmm.
don't outsource that. So I have a little bit of like packaging and marketing flair. So I'll do a logo every now and then for some friends or some for a company. Um, and that's kind of where I've been at. I've been coasting with that, trying to build up the toys. Uh, yeah, I mean, I'm applying to places, but
Yeah.
it's
It's hard.
tough. That's what I could say. It's tough.
Yeah. I had a job change early this year and recently just got another one. And it's like, there's a couple months there where you're just like, well, let's see what
Mhm.
happens. And
Yeah.
it's a bummer going through that process for sure. But,
Definitely. I mean,
but
I'm taking with all the free time, I guess, that I have, I've just been devoting it to the toys,
mhm,
and just using all of that given time to just go all out. Like for Collected Con, I only joined it like a month and a half, 2 months before the actual convention started. So it was hitting the printer, all of that, and just going going hard on it. So
yeah, we
it's a lot.
that show was cool to be at. I like yeah, it was just cool to do stuff with that show. Um,
Mhm.
and I think like, dude, having a month is a crazy short amount of time to, especially with all the work
Yeah.
that you're putting into your figures. Holy jeez.
hmm Yeah. I think I got around 60, maybe close to 70 figures in like a month and a half, all
Dude.
painted, printed, or printed, painted, sanded, all of it. And oh, it was a lot. It
Yeah.
I had to take a hiatus for like a week after.
Yeah, for sure. The I mean, the job market is something that's crazy. I think at one point there was a week there where I was applying at like 30 jobs a day,
Mhm.
and it was just that's 210 in a week, and that's for what? None of those jobs called me back. That's crazy.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel
Yeah.
that.
So
Um,
don't get down on yourself with this current
oh,
job
I'm not.
market. Yeah.
It's yeah, yeah. I'm used to rejection. So I was a child actor. I'll drop some more lore. I
That's
was
what are
a
we doing
12
at the end of the episode doing that? Share some child actor stuff.
so I was a child actor. I did it from whenever I was like 5. Whenever I was up in the Bay Area, I started doing like print jobs and modeling, and then we moved down to LA to actually like go big and get into Hollywood, all that stuff. I didn't get into Hollywood. I just got a few commercials here and
Mhm.
there. Got into SAG, but uh going on auditions, you kind of, especially as a kid, like you kind of learn about rejection
Yeah.
very early. Um, so like it hurts, but I think my shell has been hardened a little bit just from the child acting portion of it. So
Dude, what
yeah.
commercials? You drop the commercials.
Um, I was in a Best Buy commercial, a Got
Cool.
Milk commercial.
No, you were you the main person?
I what kind of I had to do it was like my one and only time that I got to work with like a stunt double, or
Okay.
like a stunt person. So it was this girl's birthday party. She had a piñata and she was swinging the bat. So she swings the bat. I have to pretend to get knocked out,
Hmm.
and then the mom drops the piñata onto the birthday girl, so she also gets like knocked out, and then got milk. So it was a crazy one.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna look that up after because that sounds like such a fun commercial.
I was in that. I was, what else? I was in a Depends commercial. Did I say that one?
Let's pause again because I have more information for you that I think you're going to love. Pasadena Designer Con is coming up. It is in June, around the weekend of the 21st, and we are so excited to be tabling there. We have some new stuff that we're bringing. We will have some of the KMB in hand, 2 new variants of the Kaiju, the Lucky Kaiju Claw, and 2 special variants that haven't been announced anywhere else, but we're really excited to announce it here. We will have 1 electroplated one, very limited, and 1 flocked one coming from favorite artists around the world that are teaming up with Toys on Tap to make these projects happen. We are so excited. The Kaiju Claw has been such a fun project to do, and we're excited to bring it back. We will also have the Mark Nagata shirts and the SNZ Toys, the KMB shirts. So stay up, come say hi, come see us. I love talking at conventions. Here's the deal. You want to come chat it up, tell me your toy idea. You want to talk through how to do toys. You want to talk through funding, all that stuff. I'm there for you. And I would love to talk to you through all of it. So come say hi, Designer Con, Pasadena. We will be there and we hope to see you there. Let's get back to the episode.
That was the very first commercial I got, or that I booked.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I was like, okay, sure. Yeah. Adult diapers. Great.
Dude, that's so crazy. That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, that's such a good way to end the episode too. The last part of the podcast is you plug all your stuff, what's coming up, where people can find you, how they can work with you, all that stuff. So please plug away.
Okay. So my Instagram, you could just find me zander.miner.toys. Do you want to see some cool animals, some little cute guys over there? And then my website, you see my portfolio, all my illustration, character designs, at zanderminer.com. And yeah, and then on the 27th, be sure to look out for that post about the upcoming convention. That's pretty big. Yeah.
Heck yeah. Dude, thank you for coming on Toys on Tap.
Thank you so much for inviting me. It was a blast.